I'm going to be starting it off with Christopher Cuomo, governor of New York. I gotta admit, I liked the guy at the beginning of the whole COVID thing last year. The way that he spoke, that we got to take care of it and handle things. He seemed legit until March, till the end of March, when he made the decision to force nursing homes to accept anyone infected with COVID and push people into the nursing homes, resulting directly in a lot of older generation people. I don't know if you know this, but if the older you are with COVID, the more susceptible you are to the virus and you can get dead. Yeah. Well, it seemed like Cuomo didn't care about that at all. But he is under fire now because of all these allegations that are coming out with sexual misconduct with the different people that he's been around. And it's a lot, actually. And I have this article from the AP, which basically just lists the 11 most damning ones, okay? A look at the harassment claims against Governor Andrew Cuomo. Oh, I said Chris, but Andrew, whatever, they're both sleaze bags. Long-awaited report issued Tuesday by New York Attorney General Letitia James into sexual harassment allegations against Andrew Cuomo detailed several accounts from accusers who have gone public. But the report also revealed previously unknown accusations, including one by a state trooper assigned to Cuomo's security detail. Investigators hired specifically for this case said they corroborated the accounts of at least 11 women. Cuomo denied many of the allegations, saying he never touched anyone inappropriately. Those he didn't deny, like kissing women on their cheeks and calling them names like sweetheart, were innocent and overblown, he said. Here's a look at the women and their allegations as described by the investigators and Cuomo's responses. First one is the trooper number one, a state trooper whom Cuomo successfully sought to have assigned to his security detail, said the governor kissed her on the cheek, touched her belly and back, and made inappropriate gender-based remarks to and about her, including asking her why she did not wear a dress. Several other troopers witnessed these acts and corroborated her allegations, according to the report. The trooper wasn't identified by name in the report and has not told her story publicly. A 26 statement issued by Cuomo's attorney, Rita Glavin, after the report's release, does not mention the trooper, whose account was not public before Tuesday. Executive assistant number one, a woman who worked in Cuomo's office, became visibly emotional watching a press conference earlier in this year in which Cuomo denied ever touching anyone inappropriately, investigators wrote. She told colleagues Cuomo had reached under her blouse and groped her breast in his office at the governor's mansion 3 months earlier. The governor's staff later reported the allegations to Albany police. The woman also told investigators Cuomo had on various occasions in 2019 grabbed her buttocks, kissed her on the lips, hugged her inappropriately, and pried into her personal life. Cuomo says he never groped her, pointed to text message the executive assistant sent to other staff on the day in question, indicating nothing was amiss. As evidence, it didn't happen. He told investigators she initiated their hugs and that he was more in the reciprocal business. Charlotte Bennett, a low-level aide to Cuomo, said the governor asked her about her love life, including whether or not she had sex with older men, whether she had been with older men, and whether she was monogamous. He also told her that he was lonely and wanted to be touched, according to the report. When Bennett complained to administration officials, she felt that the governor was hitting on her. She was transferred to another job. An administration did not formally investigate or report the allegations to the governor's Office of Employment Relations, the Attorney General's investigators determined. Cuomo apologized to Bennett in a recorded video released in response to the Attorney General's report, saying that he had been trying to console her after she confided in him that she is a sexual assault survivor because someone in his family had suffered a similar experience. State entity employee number one. A woman who worked for an entity affiliated with the state told investigators that Cuomo tapped and grabbed her butt while they posed for a photo in a 2009 event sponsored by her organization. She told friends about it at the same time, the report states. Cuomo's statement does not mention this interaction. Virginia Lemietis, Virginia, an energy company worker, said Cuomo ran his fingers on the lettering that ran across the chest of her shirt when they met in a rope line at a 2017 event. He then told her he was going to say that there was a spider on her shoulder and proceeded to brush her chest with his hand, the report said. Lemaitis immediately told other attendees what had happened, investigators found, but she didn't come forward until seeing Cuomo's press conference this year denying he touched anyone inappropriately. The statement from Cuomo's attorney does not mention this interaction. Lindsey Boylan. The report found that Cuomo kissed, touched, and made inappropriate comments to Lindsey while she served in various roles working closely with the governor. He commented on Boylan's physical appearance and attractiveness, compared her to a former girlfriend, and suggested that they play strip poker, investigators found. The Attorney General's report also says that the executive chamber actively engaged in an effort to discredit her after Boylan, the governor's first accuser to go public, reported the harassment in December of 2020. This included leaking records related to her departure from her job. The statement released by Cuomo's attorney delves into these details, saying Boylan was dismissed for bullying subordinates and suggesting she made up her sexual harassment claims to further her own political aspirations. Alyssa McGrath. Cuomo made inappropriate comments to another executive assistant, Alyssa McGrath, including commenting on her neckline after staring down her loose shirt, regularly asking her about her marital status, and asking whether she would tell on executive assistant. Number one, if she were to cheat on her husband. The report says Cuomo's attorney statement concedes he referred to McGrath and executive assistant number one as mingle mamas, but only after they said they were single and ready to mingle ahead of a business trip. Caitlin, another woman, listed just as Caitlin in the report, was hired to work for the governor after meeting him at a fundraiser event in December 2016. Cuomo regularly made Caitlin uncomfortable by commenting on her appearance and telling her that she was not ready for work if she was not wearing makeup, and by calling her sponge, apparently a reference to his advice to soak up knowledge from others, which she told investigators she found embarrassing, condescending, and demeaning. Glavin's statement also says the governor frequently comments on staffers' appearances, usually in a complimentary fashion. It also says he was frustrated with Caitlin's job performance. Annalise. Anna worked as an aide in Cuomo's office from 2013 to 2015 and told investigators he kissed her and touched her, addressed her almost exclusively as sweetheart or darling, made inquiries about her relationship status, and made inappropriate remarks about her appearance. In the report, Liss explains she did not immediately come forward from the harassment because in the governor's office, the typical rules did not apply. Cuomo's attorney statement notes that Liss tweeted favorably at and about Cuomo long after she left his office, suggesting that undercuts her account. The attorney's statement also suggests the timing of Liss coming forward was politically motivated. The governor's interaction with Alyssa McGrath, Annalise, and Caitlin were unremarkable, Glavin's statement says. State entity employee number two. A doctor at a state health department told investigators Cuomo made sexually suggestive comment just before she performed a COVID nasal swab test on him during a televised press conference at the start of the pandemic. You make that gown look good, Cuomo said after thanking her during the press conference. She told investigators she found the comments demeaning and felt Cuomo wouldn't have made them to a male doctor. I agree. Glavin's statement doesn't address this allegation. Anna Ruch. In September 2019, Anna Ruch met Cuomo at a wedding reception for one of Cuomo's staff members. She told investigators Cuomo touched her bare back and after she removed his hand, grabbed her face and kissed her. Ruch said the governor remarked, "Wow, you're aggressive." Ruch's friend photographed the encounter. Cuomo said he commonly kisses people on the face, attributing it to his Italian heritage, and said he didn't mean to make Ruch feel uncomfortable. Look, one of these allegations, okay, maybe it's far-fetched. Two of these allegations, three of them, okay, something's got to be going on. This is 11 of them. Now, they're all very similar. They all go hand in hand. This guy is a sleaze bag, all right? He's using his position of power to make inappropriate comments, fishing to see if they were ready to go or ready to give in to his manly desires, as it seems, right? Because that's what the vibe I'm getting. And that's inappropriate. You're the governor. You should be respectful. I mean, you're a man. A real alpha man doesn't do that to women, right? He's respectful. None of that is respectful. That's toxic. Okay? If you want to talk about what toxic masculinity, it's being like that. It's being inappropriate. Not reading the room. You know, grabbing people and touching them inappropriately. That's not okay. That goes for you as well, Biden. I'm looking at you, bro. This kind of stuff is ridiculous. And wow, is he under fire right now? I mean, he's refusing to resign. Cuomo refuses to resign after bombshell sexual harassment report. So that was the report. He came out with an apology letter saying, I touch everyone inappropriately. Okay, I'm summing it up, all right? But that's basically what he said. Look, I learned it from my mother. I grab people on the face and kiss them. All right, that's what I do. All right, it's part of my heritage. Okay, sure, maybe that part of it. All right, even in his apology, I'm gonna do it in air quotes because it's the weakest apology ever. It's like, no, you know, I this is how I do. This is how I act. It's like, okay, well, sure, but if you know the allegations I just read the top 11 to you. Okay, these aren't just, look, he grabbed me and kissed me on the cheek. You know, it made me uncomfortable. He was grabbing their butts, grabbing their breasts, you know, asking if they were single. Hey, are you married? Hey, would you cheat on your husband? Like, who asks that kind of stuff? All right, that's not okay. That's inappropriate, dude. You're the governor. You should be held to a higher standard and to the office that you're holding, that you were voted into to do. Okay, this kind of stuff, this kind of behavior is not okay. Man, I just this is the best though. Look at this. This is a tweet from Cuomo himself. I kid you not. I'm going to read it to you now. There should be a zero tolerance policy when it comes to sexual harassment and must send a clear message that this behavior is not tolerated. Andrew Cuomo tweeted that May 17th, 2013, before all of these allegations really came about. All right, all the timelines, they were all after that. So we tweeted that a long time ago. We should, you know, stand up against this zero tolerance. So zero tolerance. So by your own account, Andrew Cuomo, you should resign. Now you're refusing to resign. Why? Because you have power and you're a Democrat. And the Democrats and the mainstream media will probably come to your aid. Although maybe not, actually. Because if you take a look at what's going on, even Biden is saying he should resign, which I gotta say, I find really rich. Biden is telling Cuomo he should resign because of allegations. Have you ever heard of Tara Reade? I believe Tara Reade. And for the record, so did Kamala Harris. She believed Tara Reade until she was chosen to be Joe Biden's running mate. And then suddenly he wasn't racist anymore and he wasn't a sleaze bag. Yeah, but even Joe Biden is saying he should resign. I think he should resign when asked about the consequences of the scathing Attorney General report regarding New York Governor Andrew Cuomo alleged misconduct. Joe Biden says, I think he should resign. On that account, Joe Biden, you should resign as well. But it gets better. It gets better. New York Times is coming out. You should resign, Governor Cuomo. The Assembly Speaker says Andrew Cuomo no longer has the Democratic majority support. You lost the support of the Democratic majority and can no longer serve as governor. I got to give it up to the Babylon Bee because they'd cracked me up. Cuomo assures public he always kept mask on while sexually harassing women. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. I mean, it's kind of funny, right? But look, this is all bad and all. None of this is good. But this guy should have been arrested a long time ago because of his direct executive order from back in March killed thousands of older generational people, old people. Yeah, yeah, it happened. Not to mention, let's see, Town Hall has a great list here. New York's undercounting of COVID deaths. They undercounted the deaths. It was significantly less deaths than what they were reporting. Cuomo's administration manipulation of nursing home death data, massively undercutting those COVID fatalities. Yeah, they changed the numbers also. Not only did he kill people, he reported way less, a significant margin. The Cuomo administration covering up the real statistics, withholding information from investigators, with a top aide admitting to it. The governor securing special COVID-related treatment for his family and connected friends. The governor's top staff hiding damaging pandemic data while alleging using state resources to win a $5 million COVID leadership-themed book deal for the governor. I'm so good. That's basically what the book said. I'm the best at handling this stuff. It would be so funny if it wasn't so sad how true this is. Gosh. Threats against whistleblowers on these matters, allegations of politicizing vaccine distribution based on political considerations. These are all things that are seriously a big issue. This is a problem. Cuomo killed people. Thank you, Janice Dean. You wrote this perfectly. Cuomo, he got an Emmy, by the way. I don't know if you knew this. Cuomo got an Emmy. But she said his Emmy should be buried just like the thousands of elderly he helped kill with his March 25th order. Cuomo's controversial nursing home order was issued a year ago today. This is the order that forced people into nursing homes in May of 2015, or of 2020. On March 25th, it was March, Cuomo's order required nursing homes to take in residents who had been hospitalized with COVID-19 after being declared medically stable and forbade them from turning people away for being infected. They're the people at risk. Those are the people that should be quarantining. Those are the people that really need to wear the masks to protect them. They're the ones at risk, most at risk, right? Ooh, Cuomo. And now these allegations. On top of that, this dude doesn't just need to be resigned. He needs to be arrested. Cuomo has a lot of blood on his hands. Oh my goodness. And freaking Biden. I mean, how rich is it that Biden would come out and say Cuomo should resign from these allegations? Hello, Tara Reid. I believe her. But Biden, man, he's also... So I've got Cuomo's a sleaze bag, right? So Biden's a sleaze bag. And I'll tell you why. Well, Tara Reid, dude acts just like Cuomo. They've got this, I'm so cool. I was really cool in high school, and I still believe I'm cool in my old man brain. So cool that I think that I can talk to you as a girl that I'm attracted to in a way that is gross, all right? That may have worked in your aggressive manner back when you were in high school, even though that's still gross, all right? But they have this high and mighty attitude like, I am someone that you desire. You don't desire me? What's wrong with you? Like, that's the attitude that Cuomo has and Biden has. They've got that vibe of like, that's toxic. It's funny, these leading Democrats, leftists, like idolized men are the ones that are the sleaziest. The toxic masculinity they claim to be fighting, they've idolized in their president. Yeah, sure, he's my president too. Okay, fine. But he's a sleaze bag. At least I recognize that he's a gross old man.